So I've been waiting to do this video for weeks now. You already read the title, so you kind of already know that this video is about designer foils. If you have been here with me for a while, you already know I've been looking for designer foils. I'm an Amazon gal. Like, I be on Amazon all day long. And if you notice on Amazon, they really don't have designer foils because of, you know, legal reasons. So I took a little trip to Etsy because a lot of you guys have been saying go to Etsy. They have different designer foils, and I found several different people that sells designer foils, and I bought a couple. These two are, I think, designer foils from two different Etsy shops, and then this one is, what is this one? Okay, I take it back. This one is the designer foil. So these two are designer foils, and then this one I got some rhinestones because I was curious, you know. I want to do a Euphoria inspired set, so you know, I'm just preparing for that. But this nail set that I'm getting ready to do is going to include one of these designer foils, of course, but it's something special about this nail set, okay? So I am going to be a part of a wedding this weekend. I'm going to be a bridesmaid. Let me just start off by saying that before y'all think I'm the person getting married. Not yet. Slow your roll. So we're gonna have to put certain content on hold so I can do this, so I can have a full set for this wedding, which is why I wanted to include the Etsy designer foil for you guys. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. This is like my wedding nail set. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But before we get into any of that, y'all already know we got to do our post notification shout out. So these are the first 3 people who commented on my last video, so thank you guys so much for having your post notifications turned on. And if you would like a shout out just like these 3 people here, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed and you have your post notifications turned on. That way you can be notified each and every time I post, and possibly be one of the first 3 people who comment, and then you'll get a shout out in my very next video. All right, let's get to unboxing. Okay, so I'm gonna get into some rhinestones first, and then we gonna get into the designer foil. Now I initially purchased this just for like an upcoming set that I'm gonna do. I wanted to do like a Euphoria inspired type set, and if you know Euphoria, you know it's all about the glitter, the diamonds. It's extra. Okay, so these are the diamonds. They're very oversized, which is the kind of look that I'm going for. So these are the pink ones, and I think I'm going to go back and buy some more, either of the pink ones, or I'm going to buy some silver ones. I'm not really sure where I want to go with this set, so maybe I need to get that together first and then buy some more stuff before I buy something I'm not even going to use. But I'm going to open it right quick so you guys can get a better look at them. This is her little thank you card. I think it says ShasiaBeauty.com. I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can get a better look at it. Here's a better look at them. And they have a ton of sparkle. Do not let my low lighting fool you. Now that we're done with that, we can do what we came here to do, and that's get into some designer foils. Okay, so the first thing of foils, let's do this one first. So this one is Beauty Over Basic. That's her Etsy shop name. Oh, she got a lot of stuff that comes in hers. Okay, so here we get a good bit of foils. These are some designer foils with some abstract designs on top of them. So this one is Gucci, but it has some flowers going on top. And then we have some Louis Vuitton here, and this one has some flames. This one is super pretty. It's like a purple and blue, kind of like pastel colors, and it has like butterflies. I think that's butterflies or flowers. So basically Gucci, Louis Vuitton. This one is Dior, and look at that one, the tie-dye. Super cute. And although these are like super cute, super fun, for what I need for this wedding, I need something a little bit more subtle. So I don't think we're gonna go with any of these foils in here, but this is all her socials. I'm gonna put it right there so y'all can see. It's a cute little card too. I like it. Very creative. Oh, it's a handwritten note. Oh, that's so sweet. Let me read it. Thank you for your support. We hope that you anything we can do for you with love. Beauty over basic. That's super cute. I love it. I love personalized stuff like handwritten notes. It makes me gush. Super cute. Well, yeah, definitely go check her Etsy shop out. Her foils are super cute, super fun, but unfortunately I can't use them for this video, but I'll definitely be using some of these in future videos. But these other designer foils that I bought from this other Etsy shop, it's gonna be more of the basic like designer print with nothing like extra on there. So I purchased these two separately. I'm going to put the prices of it on the screen, but let's look at this one. So this is the one more than likely that I'm going to use over the other ones, simply because they have like a clear background, a translucent background. So we have some holographic, you guys can see. There's some white. Yeah, it looks like it's just holographic and white. This is the other foil. Have a black and silver. We have brown and gold. Ooh, Chanel. I forgot this one has Chanel. So we have Chanel, Louis Vuitton. Ooh, Dior. Now I'm upset that I'm gonna be in this wet and I can't use this. You know what? We can use them later. Look, I found Gucci. So this one came with Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and I think Dior too. So we got a good bit of designer foils with those 3 purchases alone. I went from not having not one designer foil to having a whole assortment of designer foils. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not sure what my total was purchasing all of these at one time, but I'm just gonna put it here. So now that we got that out the way, I can tell you guys what color that I have to include in this nail set. The bride wants us to have white or like a pink color because our dresses are like a mauve, which is kind of sort of a shade of pink. So we have to either have like pink or white. Now I think I'm going to do an ombre of some sort to see what I come up with for my wedding nail set. Just keep watching. Okay, so I already took the time to really take my nails off, so they look a little crusty, but that's acetone for you. So right now I just really want to test out the foils to see how it'll look against the color white, just to really get an idea of what I actually want in this nail design. So first I kind of wanted to try out these other foils that I'm not going to use in this set, and I tried out this one right here on this nail, and I used a matte top coat on top of it, and it looks pretty good. I like it. But let's set this aside. I kind of just wanted to show y'all that. So to transfer the foil, I'm going to use some nail art foil glue from Macart, and I bought this from Amazon. But if you buy this one from Amazon, it comes with 2-in-1 package. I actually used 2 coats of this Perfect White gel from Madam Glam, and it's actually called Perfect White if you want to go look that up. I'm already kind of making a mess with this, but I'm just going to cut off a little piece, just enough to try it out. So let's try Dior. Okay, so I'm going to test out the Dior, Chanel, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton holographics to see which one I really want to go for. I'm just going to apply a thin coat of the nail art foil glue. Just a thin coat. It doesn't have to be a big glob or anything. Okay, and after you cure it for a good 30 seconds, okay, you're just going to kind of lay the foil on top of the area that you applied the foil glue and just really rub it in there. Ooh, I hope I don't wrinkle it up. Like, kind of get all of those out, work them out. Well, this is a good practice run, I guess. Y'all, do not judge this because this is my first try with foil, but I kind of like scratched all of like the bubbles and stuff out with my nail because I could not get it out with this right here. But after you feel like you got it down really good, it's all rubbed in, and I don't feel like this is gonna come off good, but let's just see what we got. No, did I do it on the wrong side? Let me show them though. Okay. That looks super pretty. Oh my gosh. You can see at the top where I kind of messed up. Can't really tell towards the bottom too much, but I really like the Gucci. So between Dior, Gucci, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton, I think I'm gonna be leaning more towards Louis Vuitton. All right, so first things first, we gotta prep. And since I'm actually gonna be wearing these nails, I'm giving myself a full set. I'm going to actually prep instead of just putting 2 coats of clear gel so they won't easily fall off. So y'all know what we got to do, and if you don't, I'm about to show you. We're gonna remove the shine from my nails at a low speed. And just lightly remove the shine. I'm gonna take my cuticle pusher and push back my cuticles. Put on your tips, and I'm going to use these square tips like I always do from Amazon. And then we're going to file down that little hump right here in the middle. Dehydrator. Primer. And I kind of already cut them down to my desired length. Now, this is not going to be your typical wedding nail set. Y'all know my style. Y'all know what I like. And yeah, I'm feeling this length. So I'm going to start with the ombre. And I'm going to put the ombre on every finger. But for now, we're going to start with the white. And of course, y'all know white is a little runny. So I'm going to point my finger down. And then kind of blend the rest up. I like to keep the beads smaller for ombre just in case I mess up the ombre and I need to go back and kind of redo it with more acrylic. I can because I started off with smaller beads. Okay, so now I can get started on doing the ombre on the pointer, but as y'all can see, we are running dangerously low on this perfect nude. So it's a little scary, but we're just gonna take it one small, minute bead at a time. I'm gonna take like a small bead and I'm gonna start right here, and we're gonna start with the blend. So I like to blend out the corners first, and then come down and blend out the middle. That wasn't a bad blend. And then I'm kind of gonna flatten out the top piece. Nice and flat so we don't have like a humongous hump at the top. Okay. Whew. Gonna get a slightly larger bead, but not that big, and kind of push it up to the cuticle. And then really blend it all the way down. Ooh, and that only took 2 small beads, and I'm really gonna work on the apex using the clear acrylic. I'm gonna work on this cuticle bead, which is gonna be smaller bead than before than we did on the pointer, because we only need to cover this little small space at the top and then blend it out. Okay, and now I want to cap it off with some clear acrylic, and I'm using Mia's Secret, and I always start in the middle of the ombre, blend it up, and then kind of pat the rest down. And then I'll take maybe not that big of a bead and place it at the top. And that kind of creates like an apex. And blend it on down. And then lastly, if I feel like I need to, I'll take a little smaller bead and put it at the free edge. And then if I feel like the nail still needs to be built up in other areas, then I'll do so. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more right here towards the middle. So I went on and shaped them up off camera, and I'm already hyped about how this is going to turn out. They're nice, they're crisp. Now we have to do my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and I always dread doing this hand, but the thing that helps me is this little tip hack. So I take the tips and basically apply the acrylic on the tips before I even put them on my hand. And if you guys watch me, you kind of already know the drill because I've done this before in like, I want to say a couple videos, but this hack really helps you do your dominant hand with your non-dominant hand and helps with the shakiness and all that other stuff. So if you can see here, I already picked out the correct sizes here and I cut them down to the length that I want them to be in. I did everything except the thumb because I wanted to do that on camera so y'all can see how I do it. So basically I take one of the other nails and I overlap them on top of each other, and I cut it wherever the nail on top stops, and then I hold it up side by side to really measure it out to see how far from my left hand I am. As y'all can see, we need to come down just a little tad more. Let's see. That's much better. So now I'm just gonna take my panna file and just gonna file that straight before I apply any acrylic on the tip. And now they're all the correct length, and now we can move on. So I'm gonna use these tweezers just to hold the nail tip up while I apply the acrylic. I'm gonna start at the tip and just tilt it down and let it drip. It's okay. We all know how runny white can be. And that should be good right there. So now I'm just going to take the thumbnail tip and basically put it on my thumb. As you can see, I already did it to the other finger, so we're just going to follow suit. And look how good they look. They're just a little bit longer than what I need them to be. Because see, look at that one. We can just file those down. It's no big problem. Oh, if that's crooked, then it's just going to have to be crooked. But it looks like we're pretty good. And then I also take my dehydrator and go ahead and put it on just like that. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this white just so it can overlap over the nail tip, just so the ombre blend can really blend nicely. Like right here. And we're gonna blend it down on the side, whoop, whoop, and on this side, and then take it down in the middle.
More moments later.
So looking back at my footage, some of my clips are missing. So I did this whole entire hand for you guys on camera but now I don't have that footage. So we're just gonna repeat the same exact thing I did here on this hand. I wish you guys would have seen it. So as you can see, I decided to go with the white Louis Vuitton print instead of the holographic, because I feel like the holographic is just too much for the soft and subtle look that I'm going for. Let's try it out. Now I have been struggling with the foils. As you can see, it's not perfect. Some of it did tear off on the side. The only thing that looks good is like the center strip, which is why I kind of kept it. So I'm going to take my foil glue and then a very thin layer and make sure I hit the corners, because for some reason the corners weren't transferring. And now I'm going to cure for about 20 seconds. So I really want the LV to kind of be in the center. So I'm going to kind of, ooh, it's a little off-centered, but it's okay. I like to take my nail and just like press it on that way. And I'ma rub this down a couple times because I really need this to transfer well. I really do, because I do not want to do it over again. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Okay, well, of course the ones on the sides ripped off. In the middle we have the LV, and that's really all that matters, because this one was the same way. The sides ripped off, but it still looks good. So these are some jewels that I got from Shein, and you can see on this hand I have them on the pointer and the pinky, and they're not all the same. They're all different, kind of doing its own thing. All right, and before I put a matte top coat on top, I'm gonna go ahead and put the jewel on. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this. And I'm also putting the jewel here just to kind of camouflage my mistakes with the foil, because up here some of them really didn't translate through. Oh, that's a big one. Do I want that? That's humongous. I don't know if I want that. That might be too big. I don't like how big that one is. This one is big too, but it wasn't as like bulky. Okay, yeah, I like this one better. I'm gonna go ahead and cure that in place. So now I'm gonna apply some matte. So I have this matte top coat from Ohuhu Beauty, well, by Ohuhu Beauty, and honestly, it came from a poly gel kit, and I ran out of my other matte gel polish, my Beetles. So we're just gonna use this one instead, and it works just as good. So no issue there. This styling brush and just get the corners that I really can't reach with my other brush. Perfect. Now we can cure it. And just like this hand, I'm gonna do the same exact thing for the pointer finger. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a jewel here, and I'm gonna go for this jewel right here. So before I even put any matte top coat, we're gonna go ahead and apply that jewel. We're gonna do this way. And do it like that. Okay, now the very last thing I have to do is add the V-cuts to the two middle fingers. Now, honestly, I like the way that it looks without it. So I'm wondering, like, should I just do away with the V-cut and just, you know, leave it the way it is, just like this? Let me know in the comments which hand y'all like the best. Do y'all like this hand without the two V-cuts in the middle, or do y'all like the V-cut? Because I might just do without it. So I know a lot of you guys have to be rolling your eyes at me. I know most of you are probably going to favor the V-cuts more, but I decided to go without it. It was definitely a split decision that I do regret. I'm not going to lie. I wish I would have did the V-cuts, but I did not. But let me give a final review of these foils. So the foils that I use with this set, I didn't necessarily like too much because they didn't transfer very well. Now I do recommend these foils here compared to the other ones because when I did the little kind of like the example nail, I literally had no issues like I did with the other foils. So just for that reason, I will recommend these foils over the other ones that I use on my set. So if you watched this far, I just want to tell you guys, I am so sorry that this video came out a day late. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I was a part of a wedding and there was rehearsal dinners and everything like that. I stayed up late and listen, it's been stressful and I did not have time to finish editing this video. So it's finally out. I was not gonna have you guys going a whole nother day without a video, without content from me. So yes, I stayed up all night last night trying to edit this video. But I appreciate you guys' patience with me this weekend. Y'all know if I don't post, it's a reason for it. I never not post for no reason. So yeah. But that brings us to the very end of this video. I wanted to give a big thank you to ESNTLS for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in my video next Saturday.